not sure I see why someone with UC blood on their hands would merit leniency. But I will note. Now, with our villain unmasked, with the threads you've brought together here, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But as such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else...
A sound decision, Madam. Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow.
I'm in agreement.
Indeed. Open relations at this point.
Oh, that is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does very well. Thank you for the suggestion. So then, the cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also, in fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first...
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would...
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among... Major?
We've had a few discussions. Only the captain.
I see.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable science.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
That, madam, is most certainly the plan.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
Perfect timing. We just... So on our end...
Means either plans you...
Considering what the I already sent along in... So what about your... Any leads on whom
Orlays? Reginald Orlays? Oh yeah. Both work for UC Defense Research. Had a mean eye for weapons tech. And a meaner temper. Wasn't exactly a surprise when he fled instead of standing trial after the colony war. But finding out he's taken up mass murder in the years...
I don't know much about Orlays, but anyone with a sick mind like that...
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's... I'm sorry to hear that. Those sorts of missions are always... Any idea why he might have done it? I can't imagine the amount of work it took to deploy the Lazarus plant off-world. Strange to go to all...
Well, the man knew how to hold a grudge. I wouldn't be shocked if this was...
Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but
I can't
get
do
this
this.
all in front of the cabinet.
I gotta do what I was doing before. That's the right
Perfect
thing
timing.
to
So on our end,
Means either plans you...
considering what the I already sent a... So what about your... Any leads on...
That seems unlikely.
I'm sure the captain just missed...
do. Yeah,
right?
we're doing this.
No.
Huts.
Certainly putting him...
Alive.
Wait. You were sworn?
You... Yeah, I guess. Doesn't mean I'm not. Now at least we can inform the... I'm sure he did. But now, any last things? This might be...
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting to...
The cabinet can secure...
You're being paranoid.
I do know the science. I also know math. So I guess... And here we go.
Yeah, and this is the right. Yeah, I'm losing access to some missions, but this is what I gotta do. I gotta do this.
Welcome back, all of you. But according to Hadrian's... is what I'm reading...
My God.
An attack?
You will all receive... So then is what the second report claims correct?
Or lays. It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying...
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared...
Just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this. And said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can... Thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not... I'm not sure I see why someone with UC blood on their hands would merit leniency. But I will note your request when the decision is made. Now, with our villain, with the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attack, the heat leeches. The three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinium.
A sound decision, madam. Tell the Freestar Collective.
I'm in agreement. I failed to...
Indeed. Open relations at this point would be critical towards maintaining peace.
Oh, that is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have...
So, you want us to make nice...
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions. The plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But the project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all...
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge, using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to...
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remain... Major?
We've been having...
I see.
I'm in full agreement. No need be dealt.
Here's hoping they'll be kept.
That, madam, is most...
Order, please. And Major Sanan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts. Spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander. Tuala, he should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with... On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
If something's on your mind, you can tell me. Don't stay away too long.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlanta. I have a feeling today's going to be a... Sometimes I wonder if me and my boyfriend... But somebody's gotta... Not too bad. You'd be amazed. I can't complain. My boss told me... I cleaned up a kid's vomit today. Take care.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. It's a high honor. Have to do something big for the colonies to earn that sort of designation. Only ever met a couple myself, and certainly never given one orders. You should be real proud. No need to thank me. You brought... I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard... Or you could help the TMD and clean... Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples. Any of those missions call to you? Suppose that's true. Ah, here we go. Report says ships at these coordinates fired on United Colonies craft. You're cleared to use lethal force if necessary. Attackers were Ecliptic affiliated, so I'd bust out the big guns. Fly smart out there.
United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done. Feel free to land.
Good to go for landing.
Captain Chris, hello. I am
The two of us
satisfied
make
to see
quite
that
the pair,
you
eh?
survived your most recent
Yes,
sleep cycle.
have a look. Maybe if you're lucky, we'll talk again later.
Welcome to... Need some work done?
Net construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Archmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to.
You're not on my calendar. Is this Archmite related? I'm on Gagarin to make money, not for... Yes? Archmite? We're the galaxy's premier heavy equipment firm. Diggers, construction robotics, that sort of thing. And we're on Gagarin to take advantage of an opportunity. The city's old mech factories have been sitting dormant for years now. But they're open again thanks to us. We've automated the old assembly lines and brought plenty of money to the city in the process. It's a win-win for all involved. Oh, Chief Pretorius? She thinks Gagarin is just peachy being poor and run down. Has no vision. But Archmite does. Thanks to our investment, The largest formerly shuttered mech plant in the city has been refurbished and is churning out some of the finest heavy equipment in the settled systems. And we're sharing that vision of a revived Gagarin with others. We've been bringing in investors, showing them all the potential of this place. We were only asking the chief to make sure the areas we'd planned to visit didn't have any malcontent. Unfortunately, some of the locals don't We expect they will. After all, what truer sign of respect is there than a high-paying salary? Bye now.
Tell me you're here to just report a good old-fashioned crime? If I have to deal with one more corporate exec begging for special treatment... Guess I'm off the hook then. But look, I'm Security Chief Pretorius. If you do have anything to report, you can speak to me. Gagarin's not really that sort of burg. Most of the restaurants went belly up when the mech trade shut down. Only one left is Lizzie's. On the other, there's also a little social club the local executives set up. Now, if you're just looking to resupply, then you'll want Clint's. Another case of last... And for medical supplies, you'll want Dr. Kayala. You can find both of them on the main concourse. Beyond that, we're just corporate offices and private homes. Well, I came here right after training, which was 10 years ago now. Gagarin was a lot rougher then. People were still reeling from all the plants getting shut down after the war. So there was a lot of petty theft, break-ins. I was responsible for putting together a pretty busy community outreach program. Worked out well enough that they eventually made me chief. We've had our issues. Some folks aren't thrilled about the corporations moving in, but the majority don't act on it. Those that do largely keep it civil. Protest, throw some paint, occasional crate wanders off. But we've managed to avoid any open conflict so far. It's really not a bad assignment. Just stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble immediately. I'm trying to find stuff to steal.
I'm sorry, but if this isn't directly related to Reliant medical business, you should really schedule an appointment. Gagarin is a city on the rise. Cheap facilities, an enthusiastic labor market. Archmite and Satari Mills are just learning what Reliant's known for years. Gagarin is the place to do business. What's that like? Challenging. I work for Helena Strickland, one of the most driven executives in the industry. I tied him really, though she seems to forget it's not just her that's responsible for Reliant's successes around here. Though we've been having some... Who knows? Drink themselves to death? I honestly haven't the slightest. I'm usually too busy trying to make something of this city. But if you aren't the seize the day type, you can wander over to Lizzie. I haven't heard about any waves of blindness striking the city's residents, so the drinks... I better get back to it.
If you have any comments about this facility, please leave feedback with the main office.
A hazmat squad came through here the other day. Said they're cleaning out any heat leeches. Public safety concern. I think I missed something.
You're not the usual courier. Please tell me you're his replacement, and that you're just here to pay me a long overdue visit on his behalf. Are you now? Look, I'm expecting a very important... Quickly. I pay, and I pay well. Good. Let's get... Akachi Rosenblum, United Transport, Gagarin branch. Now, please. Akachi, it's Helena, over at Reliant Medical. Your courier never showed. I need his stops for the day. This is my I don't care voice, Akachi. Oh. And what's your firm's policy on losing our branch as a client? I thought so. Send it to my personal slate. Thank you, Akachi. Here, all the places our courier might... She mentioned a panel or something that you can plug his ID number into at each delivery point. They should tell you if he's been there recently. The ID's 8148. When you do finally track him down, you can tell him you'll be completing delivery. Now go get me my package.
I don't miss all the extra heat from the old forges.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore, so don't waste your time asking. If you need anything, just follow the sound of falling inventory. You'll find me eventually. Let me just bring that up.
Nice handiwork. I like your style. Don't mind the mess. I've got a system.
I'm gonna do 3 more. Son of a